again when you go live.
Yeah,
Dick balls.
we're back.
Penis shot.
This is happening now. Okay, welcome to the Vinyl Show.
Do you want me to check if we're live first?
Check if we're live, because we actually have been going offline for about 10 minutes. I had the greatest intro I've ever developed for this program, and it was all to a feed that doesn't go anywhere. So that was my fault. I clicked on the wrong feed. I sent it to everyone. And so, yeah, that was no good. So we'll never be able to match that. So we're just going to move on. We're going to skip it, shorten the intro. Just believe me, it was hilarious. At once, you were laughing, crying, and filled with jubilation all at the beginning of the show. You're not going to see that one, though. We'll just move past it. We'll get past it. So thanks everyone for joining us to the Vinyl Collection. This is episode 38. I'm Bill. Welcome back to the channel. Hit the subscribe. Hit the everything. I appreciate all the support you guys have given to the channel. Thanks so much for being here. I'm doing it all over it. This is so stupid. Anyways, the Vinyl Collection, where we go through our vinyl shelves. We're looking at all the records we have, if we haven't opened them up in a while, see what's in there. Been lots of surprises. It's been a lot of fun. And that's the Vinyl Collection. We just talk about records and music. And often we will start the show with something adjacent to vinyl, just to lighten it up, see stuff that compares to the Vinyl Collection. And then we get into the whole record thing. We've been going through like alphabetically through our collection. I'll be showing more Bob Dylan stuff today, maybe some Grateful Dead stuff. We'll see what I'm feeling. And who knows what my regular guests will have. As you know, there's a panel of vinyl pundits that join us on this show. They're here. Let me show them to you all. Look at that. They're all I know it's been a trudge, but we're here. We're live. And they're going to show you their vast vinyl knowledge collections. It's going to be crazy. Thanks everyone for joining us again. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, because this is a live stream, so YouTube really loves the likes on live streams.
Smash that like button.
Smack. The kids say that now, right?
Oh, slap. Isn't it slap?
Oh,
slapping?
yeah.
Slapping?
I think.
Yeah.
Slap.
I know one guy who would know for sure. The first guy to dial in today over here is none other than Curtiss, the middle box king.
That's right. I lost my. Thanks a lot, Chris. I lost my perfect top right corner when you.
Oh, hey, I'm in the top right now.
Dang it!
Curtiss is in the middle. We got Matt Bandy up in the top corner with the mallard. He loves that corner. Works the best for him. We did have a big, long conversation about his Twitter war that's going on with Duke Retro Nonsense playing Balloon Fight. It was a brilliant discussion. We'll have to table that for another time.
Is that intro? Is that gone? Completely gone? Is it recorded? So it's got to be somewhere, right? Maybe we get Patreon going, and that's our
That's true. That's
behind
true.
the scenes.
That's actually, it should be recorded somewhere, but it was just always private. It was. I set up a family stream, to chat with family while we're in this lockdown situation, like a long time ago, and it just sits there empty. And I never hit record on it. We just use it as a way to chat altogether. And that's the link I sent out to everyone. So it's too bad my family wouldn't jump in at that time. See my dad pop in. What is this? Hello? That would have been good. So anyways, Matt Bandy's up there. Below him, Kevin is down here. Bird on Mars. Geez, he's having a big night. He's on a roller coaster of a night.
This is show number 3.
Iron Man.
I got a question about Balloon Fight, though. Is there a world record somewhere, and are you and Duke anywhere close to it?
I don't know. I'm sure there has to. And once I looked up like what the highest score that they said that rolled over at 1 million, I was like, oh, I don't know if there is like a kill screen or something that I didn't look too far into it. So I don't know.
What about that? Well, what's that website there with Billy Mitchell and the guy with the beard? Galaxy? Is it Galaxy?
Twin Galaxy's kind of dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had their cheating scandal. They might still be alive, but
I got your answer right here.
Oh.
There's other sites.
The largest water balloon fight consisted of 8,957 participants and was achieved by Christian Student Fellowship at the University of Kentucky in 2011.
Well, you did answer the question. I don't know if it was the right answer, but it was an answer.
Balloon fight.
Yeah. I've been to a bar before where they've had a wet balloon fight up on stage. It was very good. Very compelling stuff. I don't know if they can do that anymore, but
what were the guys' names? Just curious.
So, Kevin, this is the top show of the night for you, right?
Oh, of course, yes.
Ranks right up there.
Save the best for last.
Okay. Well, let everyone know about the big number that you just came from, because that was a pretty big deal.
Yeah, well, Mike Ladano and Deke interviewed Mike Frazier, who is an engineer on, you probably have their albums. He's done Aerosmith, AC/DC, a bunch of Canadian bands because he's Canadian. He's from Vancouver. The Cult, the list goes on and on. I couldn't even begin to tell you all. Brian Adams, yeah, him as well.
Oh,
yeah, and it was something else, man, because he was really an open book, answered pretty much every question that anyone had. It was really compelling interview.
You were involved in that interview?
Yeah, I sent in a video question, and then they wanted me to be in the chat.
And then now you're here?
Yeah.
That's a come down, man.
He's actually in this this is a Martin Popoff book, AC/DC album by album, and
it's a pop-up book?
It's not a pop-up book, it's a pop-off.
Pop-up.
I'm already getting into my vinyl adjacent, but yeah.
That's funny. My one of my good buddies, his daughter, who is just turned 14 years old, has that same book. I didn't realize that was by Martin Popoff. That's cool.
Yeah.
She's getting into like discovering classic rock and loves AC/DC, and it's kind of cool to see.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of books. Like
I know he's written a ton of books.
Oh yeah, it's like over 100. But of this series, the album by album series, he's got a bunch of them.
I didn't realize I didn't know that was his. That's cool.
Yeah, but it was really cool. That was awesome. Like Deke just has, like, he does all the bookings on that show. He got Martin Popoff a couple of weeks ago. And he's got some bands like Storm Force and can't remember the other one. But
I didn't think that was his name, Deke. I thought he went by another name.
Balls of Steel. Yeah. Yeah. Because he just he has no fear. He will just ask, "Hey, come and be on this show." And I mean, there's only 10 people that tune into the show on a Friday night. But so far, there's only one person that has said no, and it's somebody that you guys would never even heard of, because it was a Canadian band that was sort of known in the 80s. But everyone has said yes to him. It's pretty cool.
Wow, that's cool, awesome. And we can say hi to Susie in the chat. She says, "Hey now, music lovers." Oh. Hey now,
Susie.
Very good. Yeah. Howard Stern fan. Hey now.
Hey now. And finally, we can introduce Chris Roberts, who always brings a certain flair to this program. It's good to see you, sir.
Yeah, not a music producer flair. Kind of hard to follow that story. Thanks, Kevin.
Kevin, you got him for once.
Yeah, that was the first time. I left Chris Roberts speechless.
I got.
You better be recording this. This is broadcast.
Yeah, this one's going back to Bill's dad. His dad's watching this like, what channel is this? Like,
the Netflix is broken again.
Right.
Well, Susie is brand new to this, so we got to be on our best here, guys.
Prepare yourself for disappointment, Susie.
And don't expect to see a vinyl record for about an hour.
You got an hour to go.
Generally how it works.
I'm going to bring one up in my vinyl adjacent.
What a great segue to get into the first round of stuff to show, which is this vinyl adjacent thing where we show stuff that kind of relates to our collection for most of us, Chris Roberts aside. And it has to do with music. It complements it somehow. Mine is we're doing this. We're stretching it, but we often talk about the artwork on albums, album covers, how great the artwork is. So I thought I'd show you something I found a few years ago at the thrift store. Let me see if I can, you guys all fit there. There you go. It's a portfolio of some crazy artwork. And we can go through that and take a look at some art that I feel would work certainly very fine on any kind of album cover, especially the stuff that Matt Bandy shows.
Curtis is really competing with that duck now.
Yeah.
So it comes with a nice little write-up and a preview of the stuff that's there. And look at this. It's got a nice parchment kind of cover paper. New romantic art.
So New Romantic was like a kind of a subgenre of music that became popular in Britain in the 80s, like kind of like the bands like the Smiths, and I think they call that New Romantics. New Romantic.
Sure. Yeah, this is from '78. It's got a little bit of a write up there. Got words. Words are good about every piece of art. I've had these for the longest time. I'm like, I'd love to put them up somewhere, but I don't know where this can kind of go. It's on heavy card. They're really premium. I guess, would they be lithographs? I don't know. Medley of the Mystic Wood by Jack Desrochers.
I noticed you didn't tear that.
So this is a book, or is it a portfolio with?
It's like a portfolio of prints.
Okay.
And I got to get some post-it notes ready to hide certain dirty bits, maybe.
Oh, you're hiding.
And I'm sorry, I missed it. You just picked this up, or you've had this for a while?
No, I've had this for a while. It's been sitting on my shelves for a long time. I just don't know what to do with it. You know, I picked it up to possibly sell, but I really do like some of the artwork in it. Here's
if
nice...
we hit 2,000 subs, Bill will remove the post-it notes.
There you go. Don't need post-it notes yet. And see, this is, I don't know. Let me get a post-it note here.
Well, we promised nudity, right? Been a while.
There's no nudity. There's nothing there to see.
That is exactly how the artist intended this to be.
Who is that? Is that Boris?
We'll lose our advertisers.
Yeah.
Who's the artist on that one?
Okay, the artist is, Thomas Blackshear at Darkest Midnight from the Mystic Flame, the Spirit of Titania.
Titania. Ooh. See who Titania is.
To Merlin Came. So, yeah, very provocative right there.
Oh, my goodness. I can't believe you showed that.
Yeah, those look like real boobs.
That could definitely be on a Bandy album, though, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
That could be a Bandy back tattoo.
Yeah, or I'd airbrush it outside of my van, you know?
That is a cool one, but where do you put that in the house? Like, I don't... Okay, here we go. This is Sister Midnight by Tim Conrad. Sister Midnight.
Trippy.
Yeah, some weird... There's an American Beauty rose. So a Grateful Dead connotation right there. See, this is very relatable to vinyl records. A couple more to go here, guys. Oh, this one is really neat. Queen Mob by Michael Haig. Ooh, there's a lot to see here.
Oh, that one's cool. Oh, wow.
A lot of stuff going on there. Oh, geez. This could... Does
he get a strike?
This is called Mistress of Air and Darkness by Dennis Anderson. I don't know. Should I leave it there?
It's your channel.
Oh!
Like and subscribe.
Oh.
Giving up advertisers for you.
That's smoking.
That's cool.
Yeah, this could be on a Santana album easily.
Mhm.
Again, where do I put that in the house?
Bedroom, Bill.
Right above the bed.
So that was Mistress of Air and Darkness by Dennis Anderson, and this is the co piece to that called Mistress of Sea and Light by Dennis Anderson. No stopping us now.
Side.
Yeah, side with a porpoise.
Hey, come on, watch your language.
So there, that's a neat little portfolio, the new romantic art.
Has Susie left yet?
She had some responses,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
she might still be here.
She says new romantics, that's soft like Roxy music or David Bowie. She says it sounds like prog. All right. So that is, hope you guys, thank you for indulging me, guys. I appreciate that. That's my vinyl adjacent. I thought it'd be kind of neat to show some artwork. And that was, how much do you guys think I paid for that?
$3.
Oh, Canadian or American?
Yeah, this is a Canadian thrift store, not a Chris Roberts thrift store, Canadian thrift store.
Like $5 a piece.
A
Oh,
loony?
it's like one
Loony?
whole thing. I
What
don't
do you
know.
call them? A loony? A
Oh,
toonie?
yeah.
$6.99.
Is that a toonie?
$6.99 for the set.
How is that in housewares?
Housewares.
That's
Because
what
it's
it
like
says
a
on that
you hang it up. That's stuff
on
you
the
hang
sticker.
Housewares and
That's some price negotiation or
wall art.
Oh, I
No,
see.
I did not adjust this. And there was two of these portfolios there. I grabbed what I thought was the best one. Again, I didn't know what I'd do with it. Just thought it's cool.
frame those
And,
up. I would frame up that Merlin one. That was awesome.
Okay, cool. And look at that. Susie says, love it. Good. Good stuff. And she was bang on the price too. by the way.
She's right on the price.
Holy moly. Normally a Canadian thrift store, like you guys said, it'd be $5 a print right there. And they would have them all separate and they would have them
Yeah, that's
behind
what I was
glass.
thinking. That I didn't realize it was all one buy. I figured
I can't
they
do the
parted it
Canadian
out.
conversion. It's too difficult.
Yes,
It's
too
like
crazy.
Celsius and Fahrenheit.
Wow.
or metric and
A difference of
American.
25%, 30%, depending.
American.
right.
Might as well be American. I think you
I
guys are
think
the
we're the
only
only ones that use it
Yeah.
in our territories.
All right. Now, Curtis promised us some vinyl in the vinyl adjacent. So please, sir, take it away.
Well, as we all know, I use this time to talk about what I've been listening to. I'm very
right.
open to suggestions. So, Susie, if you think of anything you want to suggest that I haven't listened to, feel free to throw it in the comments. I usually listen to albums that people suggest, and so I've been listening to quite a bit. Did I talk about that Bob Dylan Saved one?
No, not yet.
No, you said you were going to listen to it.
Oh, well, hallelujah, because I listened to it.
Oh, boy.
And guess what, gentlemen? It's my favorite Bob Dylan album so far.
Wow.
Wow, really?
It turns out I love gospel Bob Dylan. And guess what? Very, very minimal use of the harmonica. So,
True. True.
yeah.
Now,
very.
Did you guys notice I did put up a selection from his gospel years with a sermon and a song?
Haven't got to listen to it yet, but I did see you put it up, and I
I
saved it.
did see it.
So are these songs original or are they hymns? Like Bible?
No, they're
All
they're
original.
Yeah, they're his. It's not gospel like you think gospel. It's
No, it's
rock.
good. If you've never listened to it, Kevin, you should.
Okay.
I actually dug it. It was good. I mean, I
Yeah.
kind of went into it like I don't know what to expect. I feel like I'm liking it ironically, but I actually did enjoy it the most out of all of the Bob Dylan I listened to. Okay, so we got Bob Dylan out of the way. Now it's Kevin. This is all for you.
All
Very-
right.
Very excited. So I've been on this AC/DC quest as I slowly build towards listening to Power Up, which I still haven't listened to in full yet. I'm like getting there.
All right.
But I listened to 3 more albums. I listened to Flick of the Switch,
Mhm.
Fly on the Wall,
Mhm.
and Who Made Who.
Okay.
And this is an interesting time in AC/DC's discography, I think,
You're
because
being kind, yes.
you're following like the amazing Back in Black. For Those About to Rock is after that, right?
Yeah.
And that was really good as well. Then we kind of take a little dippy poo into, you know, it's like all album tracks.
Yeah, there's no big hit. So basically what they wanted to do is be the anti whatever was happening with MTV. They didn't want to be the clean boy band, you know, have that MTV look. They wanted to be like a hard rock band. And I think they swung a little too far in that direction.
Yeah.
But I love Flick of the Switch. I think that
I was going to say Flick of the Switch. Well, because let's exclude Who Made Who for a second. But between Flick of the Switch and Fly on the Wall, I did prefer Flick of the Switch more. I thought Fly on the Wall, it sounded like they were trying to kind of change up their sound a little bit. That was mid 80s. And I thought, are they trying to kind of incorporate what's going on in the times? Because it was a little bit different than how they normally sound.
Well, they also produced Flick of the Switch and Fly on the Wall themselves. They didn't have a producer on Back in Black and Highway to Hell. They had Mutt Lange, who's like, I don't know if you know who Mutt Lange is, but he's like a big time producer. He's produced everyone from Def Leppard to Shania Twain, big pop guy, you know,
like Shania Twain, you know that.
Yeah, they tried to do it themselves. Like I said, they were trying to just not be everything else that was on MTV.
Sure.
They wanted to be the rock band. There is a few good tracks, so I think on Fly on the Wall.
It kind of blends together, to be honest, but there were a couple.
Like I like Shake Your Foundations. Danger's a different one. And yeah, Shake Your Foundations and Sink the Pink. Those are the two.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do that later tonight.
And then Who Made Who?
Hey-o.
Who Made Who is kind of a greatest hits type thing.
Yeah, so it was loosely tied in
to Maximum Overdrive.
Maximum Overdrive, loosely tied into that. But basically, Stephen King picked a bunch of tracks to put on in his movie, and they just made a disc out of that. And they did it again with Iron Man 2, like just about 10 years ago.
Now I was interested. Okay, that's now that it's getting a little bit more clarified. Because I thought, you know, I'm listening to all these songs, and then all of a sudden Ride On comes on. I'm like, that's Bon Scott.
Yeah. I'm
like, is that the only AC/DC album where both Brian Johnson and Bon Scott are on it?
No, well, there's the Iron Man 2 soundtrack, and then there's backtracks, and there's a few others.
Okay,
but that was the first, and it was the only one for a long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, that's cool. So yeah, that's all I'll really say about that. Now I'm going to be getting into a little bit of their. Well, what's the next one? No, Blow Up Your Video or something.
Blow Up Your Video. Yeah, I don't know if you want. Do you want spoilers at all, or do you want me to not say anything?
We'll talk about it next time when I get to it.
Okay. Well, okay.
The thing I really wanted to talk about was how amazing this album was.
Oh, great! Yes,
I cannot recommend this enough, dude. I have been spinning this all week. I think I've listened to it like 3 times now.
Nice.
And it is short, you know, it's only 7 tracks, but it's like, it's so good and heartbreaking at the same time, because if this does end up being their last album, it sucks it's not a full album. It feels like they were like in the middle of making some greatness, and then they got cut short. Yeah. And it's really freaking good. Like, they still got it. The couple that stuck out, maybe see where you're at, Kevin. I love the first track, While We're Young.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Love
that one. And I actually really like the last track, One of the Boys.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little twangy, One of the Boys.
Yeah. It reminds me of the end of Sports.
Yeah.
With was it Honky Tonk Blues, or I can't remember. They did like a country one at the end of Sports.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah. And this album as a whole kind of had a sports flavor to it.
Yeah.
Where it felt like every track they were writing, they were just like going for broke, trying to get like every track on the radio.
Yeah. It's great. I love it. Thank you. Oh, that's good. I'm really so happy you liked it.
Good recommendation, Kevin.
And by the way, they are reissuing the Back to the Future soundtrack. So pre-order it now if you want it on vinyl, because I have it on vinyl, but it's one that from when I was a kid, and it's all scratched up.
I may already have it.
Oh, okay.
We haven't got there yet, but We'll see.
Sorry. All right. Spoiler alert.
Is the Pinheads track on it?
No,
Which one?
The Pinheads?
No, they're too loud. They were too loud for the
Too loud for it?
album.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. So anyway, Matt Bandy.
My turn. Okay, I got one thing for the vinyl adjacent. It's a new CD that I got in the mail last week.
Holder?
Holder is the name of this band. Holder. This is a one-woman black metal band. She, I believe, is originally from Belgium, but now lives in the United States. This is her first full length. It came out last week on Iron Bonehead Records. Iron Bonehead is a label out of Germany. At this point, I think there is only a CD release. I assume that there's going to be a vinyl release later, but I really wanted to hear this, so I picked it up when it came out last week. And this is, like I said, is her first full length. She has a demo and 2 EPs out, but this is black metal of the atmospheric type. And I honestly haven't had a chance to listen to this yet. But I'm looking forward to it. I love the artwork on this. It's like a combination of a picture, photograph, and the illustration behind it. It's a, what do we call these? Digipack.
Right.
Excited, that's the name of this year.
What turned you on to this person?
I had found her through just on Bandcamp, through looking through music and just different record labels, and Banger TV. They do Metal Monthly is a show. Banger TV is a web a YouTube channel, and they do monthly recommendations. And they talked about this record coming up. I didn't know it was coming out, so that's what put the radar, put this record on the radar for me here.
So you previewed it on the web before buying it?
No, I listened to her other records, so I just bought it without hearing it, because I like her stuff.
Nice.
Watch they're all like Wiggles covers or something.
Yeah. She does all of the instrumentation. She writes all the songs, plays all the instruments except for, there's a shot of her right there. Except for the drums. I believe there's a session drummer that played on this. I don't know if she played drums on the other recordings, but that's pretty typical when it comes to like a solo black metal artist. A lot of times they'll have like a session drummer, or they'll use like computer drums or like some sort of generated drum track. But yeah, looking forward to listening to this. The name of this record is I think it's God's Slaughtering Hymns of a Forlorn Peasantry.
Oh,
rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
But that's not pastoral.
This is not pastoral. No,
not pastoral. It sounds like it could be pastoral in my head.
This is atmospheric.
Atmospheric.
Which is my favorite type of black metal. Atmospheric black metal.
It seems like you're connecting with the CDs again.
I am. It's weird. Like I said that before. I hadn't bought. This is the most CDs I'd bought in, I don't know, probably 20 years since I was in, since I really started collecting vinyl.
Yeah.
Do you think this is influencing you? Do you think you're buying?
Vinyl show has influenced him.
Maybe
to buy
a little bit.
I feel it's
Kevin.
influencing me.
I think Kevin is maybe,
For me, it's just price. It just comes down to price.
Right, but two is like I'll buy a CD when it's the only physical format. If there's other formats available, I will pick up either the cassette or the vinyl. But with this, like so I ordered this for Bandcamp, and so it's like $8 for the digital and $10 for the physical
The CD,
format of the CD,
right.
you know, but like with like $4 shipping. So I'm like, if I'm gonna buy this thing digitally, I might as well just get the CD too for a few extra bucks. Plus, it, you know, it's more money going to the artist. But yeah, there just has been a lot more releases that I've been listening to lately. That this is the only format. So I'm sure this will eventually be released on vinyl, and I'll probably pick it up then too if I like the record, which I assume I will.
Cool.
Right on. All right.
A lot of CDs lately. It's weird. Okay.
All right. Kevin.
That's my adjacent.
Okay, well, I got some homework for everybody here,
Oh boy.
except for Bill. Bill's not allowed to participate.
Oh, okay.
Screw
you, Bill.
So, Curtis, Matt Bandy, and I were talking about Megadeth, and we recommended a couple of albums there for you, and you said you didn't like it. And I think we did you a little bit of a disservice because there is a Megadeth album out there that's a little more kind of commercial. So I'm going to recommend that you check out. Well, I mean, a little more palatable.
I listened to Rust in Peace.
A little more palatable for the layman, if you. No, it's a little more
pastoral.
It's just more catchy. It's
just which one is it?
Okay, you can kind of compare it to like when Metallica put out the Black.
Yes, exactly. This is their Black album.
More commercial.
I don't really know anything about.
You check
Metallica.
out Countdown to Extinction.
Countdown
to Extinction 2012.
You're not supposed to be writing this down, Bill.
Oh my gosh, this is super long.
Bill.
This is like a 2-hour album.
What are you looking at? This came out in 1993.
Oh, this was the deluxe version.
Okay, don't look at the deluxe version. This one only has 10 songs on it.
This is the one that came after Rust in Peace.
Yes, but this was like their Black album, if you will.
That's the first Megadeth record I heard. The Symphony of Destruction. That was the first Megadeth song I ever heard.
Not for me. Peace Cells was really huge. And then this album was huge when I was in high school. Bill would have been, already working in television already, but I was only in high school.
Every time I see that album cover, I had a friend in middle school who had that Countdown to Extinction T-shirt, and he wore it all the time.
Yeah,
and I just thought it was like, oh, weird. There's like some naked guy screaming on that. That's weird.
It's a good album though. Like it kind of gets crapped on for being a little more commercial, a little more poppy, I guess. But I think it's a great album. I love it. Okay, now this is for everyone else, including you, Curtis, except for Bill. He's not allowed to listen to this. I want you guys to check out Max Webster's first album. Because I need some backup on here that this is a great album. And I was listening to this. We were doing our best of the 70s albums, and I went and gave this a re-listen, and I think it's fantastic.
What's this called?
Just Max Webster. It's their self-titled album.
It's a wild-looking album cover.
Dang, I don't think it's on Spotify.
Oh, come on, Spotify.
Check out the YouTube. It'll be on YouTube.
It definitely should be on YouTube. Should be on Spotify. Max Webster.
It's not. They only have 2 albums on Spotify.
Go to
what's the name of the album?
Spotify.
What's the name of the record, Kevin?
It's just Max Webster. It's their
there,
self-titled.
Is there one just called? It might have different artwork on there. Curtis, is it?
Yeah, I wonder if the artwork's different because I'm looking at albums and I'm not seeing anything that's just self-titled.
Yeah. How many albums do you see, Chris?
I see The Party. I see Universal Juveniles.
That's the only 2 I see. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm on YouTube Music, so that pulls from YouTube as well.
Oh, okay.
So they don't even have it on YouTube?
I mean, I'm in YouTube Music, and it usually will pull everything off of YouTube and put it in it. They have a Spotify service.
I don't recognize that cover either, though.
I think I found it though. Max Webster album. It's got 9 tracks, Kevin. Excuse me.
Yes.
Gotcha.
First song should be Hangover. The last one,
Hangover. Okay.
Lily.
Yeah.
Lily should be the last song.
Got it.
Oh dang, that guy looks way skinny.
Show that again. Is it the same cover?
Kim Mitchell.
Curtiss, was that the same cover or?
Yeah, he had the right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm on YouTube right now. It looks like there's individual tracks.
Yeah, I'm seeing the tracks.
Weird.
I'll figure it out.
It's in a playlist thing.
Yeah.
Right.
How many tracks were there?
9.
Did you say 9? Oh, because it looks like all the tracks are on here.
Yeah, I found it. 9 songs.
And the reason why I don't want Bill to listen to it is because Bill will listen to it, and then it'll be the whole Chicago thing where he'll say, "Oh yeah, Max Webster's terrible, but that first album that was really good. That one was okay.
That is
the rest
true
of
with
the
Chicago.
stuff- the rest of the stuff is crap." Meanwhile, this has all their hits on it, just like the Chicago album has all their hits on it. So, all you guys, I want some backup on the Max Webster. Hey, and if you guys all hate it, then fine. I'll be
I
the
can
only
listen
person.
to that one too.
No.
So there.
No, Bill's not allowed to listen to it.
Well, I need some backup on my Shania Twain. So if you guys could just do me a favor and all listen to the Shania Twain album.
Do.
Susie's got some Max.
All right, good. I got one person backing me up.
I
Whirl. I like that.
like I said, I could have one time I went through a box of records someone brought over, and there was some Max Webster in there, and I just kept on flipping past
Yeah.
it.
Well, there you go. See, this is what I have to deal with.
Starts off rocking out. I just turned on the first track, so it sounded pretty good.
Hey, Hangover, yeah, that's
Yeah.
good times. Good
Canadian
times.
artist? Canadian guy?
Yep. These guys opened for Rush all the time. When Rush was just first starting out, they would always be like the opening band for them.
Cool.
Okay, that's it. That's all I got.
All right.
Rush. Huh?
Kevin brought the sass with his adjacent. So, all right. And Chris Roberts, what you got for us? What's the neck beards are better than hedge fund something?
Managers.
Okay.
You don't pay attention to the news, Bill?
Oh yes, very much so. Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't see the neckbeards on Reddit just like slayed a bunch of hedge fund boys. It was
Is that their
beautiful.
Is that their name?
No, I've just heard people refer to them as that because I don't know. They might not have neckbeards. Their beard
I
might
haven't
be
heard neckbeard.
shaped.
I like
thought it was-
neckbeard.
Isn't
Yeah.
isn't it the guy from that movie, The Big Something?
Big
The
Lebowski.
Big Short.
No,
The Big
The
Short.
Big Short. Isn't he like behind the thing, or did I?
I don't know. I went and I read the original thread. I believe was private, became private. But I read through a second thread, and these dudes are awesome, man. I mean, they're
it
sharks.
was open, and then they made it invitation only, and then
Right.
they reopened it.
Yeah, I haven't gone back, but I read through a secondary. It was good. I mean, it was just cool. It was basically, it had all the highlights. It was just pretty awesome to watch those guys band together to
Oh, they should
do the reverse move.
my
It
company
was
that I work for. I would love that.
I mean, you never know. They're really getting struggling. There's Blockbuster stock went up and AMC is gone. It went up $3 from last night, and I was gonna buy some when I got home, and I forgot, and it went up $3 while I was sleeping. I was like, shit.
Mm.
That would've
Keep
been a
those
quick
diamond
little
hands.
profit. Yeah, I know.
My
I know.
company's
I'm
hurting. So guys, get
gonna
on.
get
that.
some money going. Yeah, I'm ready. But anyway, I hit a thrift store this weekend, and this is one of those stores that let me creep into the back. And
They let you.
yeah, you know, when you have
Sometimes you gotta ask to
personality
do creeping in the
and
back.
you start to chat with them.
Just on birthdays.
No, every day, anytime. But what's funny is this thrift store has had 3 different owners. I know what you're saying. This has had 3 different owners, and I've had all 3 of them let me go back, and none of them have known from the other one. I just start chatting. I start to kind of look back there. I'm like, "What you got back there?" And like, "Come on back." So I'm gonna go pick up some games later. He needed to double check because there's some ownership issues, but I got a good pickup coming. But speaking of that, though, when you have coworkers, you should always tell them that you like video games because sometimes they'll give you stuff like this.
Oh, nice.
So,
Yeah, I saw
yeah.
you posted that the other day. That's cool.
Yeah, it was really nice of her. She's like, "Oh yeah, I got video games." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Well, bring whatever you have." And then this was the first thing she pulled out.
What's he missing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No, it's got both gyros. It's got the
That's
little.
awesome.
It's got it all. It's the only thing. I mean, he's not missing them, but you could get the glasses if you asked for them, because some TVs would interfere with them.
Right.
So if anybody's got the glasses, hook me up. But
those are the hardest thing to find, are those glasses.
Yeah, they are. They are, because I got 5 of these damn things, and I don't have one with glasses. So anyway, so that was a fun little surprise. And anyway, so that thrift store, I ended up leaving that one, but there's one up the street that always find cool stuff. And so I've been getting into like looking through people's wedding tapes, and they're really fun, man. Like I got one from the 80s and it's great. I got one from the 90s that I'm saving for a special occasion, but this one on the Oregon Trail with Kelly and Sophie. And these 2 ladies, they're in Oregon, and they must have had a really nice camcorder, because it was super crystal clear, and it was in the 90s, because you could just tell by, well, they had the date. I think it was 95 or 96. So this should be an interesting watch. I watched about 5 minutes of it, and I left. And then this cool. I've seen this movie before, and it's probably horrible because you never hear about it, but it's called Outland, and it's like, on Jupiter's moon, he's the only law.
Oh,
So I don't know, man. That looks pretty cool, dude. So I'm gonna give this one. Yeah, I want to give this one a look whenever I get a chance.
I have it on DVD.
It's Sean Connery. Sean Connery. Yeah, it's Sean Connery.
No
That's what I'm saying.
way.
I've never heard of it. I mean, I've seen it on VHS, but I've never seen it on Blu-ray or DVD.
Holy crap. What?
But this has to be somewhat decent. I mean, this is what was it, 89, 81? Oh no, yeah, 81, I guess. Those early 80s.
Wow, he did do some wild ones in the 80s.
Yeah, so I'm willing to give it a shot. And the last one for this round, I'll show. So another thing, it's you really want, if you're gonna find tapes like this, you know, like home recordings, and if they're not like people's actual stuff, but if they're like recording stuff off TV, the real gold is the commercials, and you can make a lot of money on flipping tapes if they have programs with the commercials. Especially if the programs are good. So I found this tape, and I like these odd tapes that are sold. Like I have one came with cigarettes, like it's a Camel, and there's ones that are like Doritos and Pizza Hut. So this one's All My Soaps. So I guess this was targeted towards soap opera watchers, probably primarily women, and it's made by Scotch, but it's so you can record your soap operas on there. So I thought, oh, this should be kind of fun just to see if there's any commercials or any. Well, it starts off with Friends, but it's early. I mean, it's you could tell it. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know when she recorded it, but it felt like it was during the live broadcast, like original, because of the first set of commercials seemed kind of contemporary with the show. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So All My Soaps. We're gonna give that a look.
I think it's funny that they had special VHS tapes that.
Well, it's
for soap operas.
Stupid, man.
It's funny to me. That's so cool.
Right, but I mean, and it's like it's got like a pink thing on it. You know what I mean? Like, and even it's like All My Soaps right there. I mean, they were trying to really brand this. They really thought this was going to take off. And truly, this is the only one I've ever seen. So I'm not saying there's not more out there. Obviously there is, but I've never come across it. And I've gone through a lot of tapes, so it's kind of strange. And then, okay, one more. And this one, I've seen this a few times. And actually, I guess I already had it, but this was an upgrade. All these tapes, though, they're 20 for $1. So, like, yeah, for $1. So, like I was picking up stuff I already had just to, like, I don't know, flip or give it to people or whatever. But yeah, this is a pretty clean, and this is something I haven't watched either, but it looks like fun, man.
Oh, that's a good one.
Barbarella, yeah.
I've never watched it, so she's looking super hot too, man.
You get boobs real quick in that one.
Yeah, and that's good. I'll give you guys an update next week. I'm gonna pop it in sometime this weekend.
It's on streaming on one of the services.
Well, look, Bandy, you got to keep it old school. All right.
I'm just saying.
Okay. I'm just
For those that don't have the VHS, if they
all
want
right,
to watch it.
all right. Well, there you go. There's round one.
Wow. You gave Kevin a case of something. Oh my goodness.
What? Oh.
Hey, see? All right. There it is.
Now I went in back of my collection to grab this and I freaking cracked my skull.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I go to the hospital, dude.
I take no responsibility
I got
for
to
that.
show Chris Roberts, and that's
Oh, dude. Oh, dude, you're bleeding.
it's not that bad.
It is.
Oh,
It's
this
not
is
that
like
bad.
this is a show first.
See, look at that. It's not that
Oh,
bad.
dude, I'm
Dude,
sorry.
that is
man.
rough.
Inches.
That's rough.
Some pressure.
Oh, dude. It sucks.
Wowee.
It's all right.
Was it worth it?
Oh, totally.
Oh,
Nice.
Tell
man.
you. Can't wait to bleed all on my Motorhead records. It's gonna be good times.
Spoiler.
I told you guys, there's nothing but surprises on this show. You can't miss an episode.
You get boobs and violence.
Susie and Denise picked a good one.
Jesus.
Uh,
Show me that again, Kevin. Looks like
Oh, man, Kevin, dude, I'm sorry,
I
man.
gotta keep some pressure on it. I gotta keep some pressure on it.
Wait, so Kevin, have
Oh.
you seen the movie?
I can't remember. I don't think so.
Is it because you hit your head?
Yeah.
Well, let's do it
Remember,
for
what's your name? What day is
a
it?
film dango,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a little mini film dango, if nothing else.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen it. It just maybe I have. I don't know. It looks sort of familiar.
Well, you have to watch it now that you busted your head open to get it.
Yeah.
Your
Just
wife's
don't-
going to be like, "What? How did you think you did what?"
No, I would have remembered this. Like there's like he's got like an alien.
Yeah, it looks
Thing
really
going on.
cool.
Oh man, this movie looks awesome.
Yeah, it does.
I
What
definitely
year is
have
that?
cool.
What year did that come
81.
out?
It said
81,
81. It said 81 on the VHS.
Dang.
And he's
One
got
of
a
those-
cop.
Yeah, because he's on the Mars, the Jupiter moon. He's the only law. So
He's the only law.
in the whole moon, that's it. One lawman. Sean
Definitely
Connery.
haven't seen it.
It's one of those fancy two-sided DVDs too. Those are
Yeah,
always the best.
It had the wide screen on one side and the full screen on the other. Yeah.
Get a little Neil Sporn on that, buddy.
Do you have any butterfly bandage?
Don't go to sleep, Kevin. Don't go to sleep.
You know, you got a new thumbnail, Bill.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like if that's not in next week's thumbnail, dude, you're not doing it right.
You really should have just signed off as soon as.
Oh man, you should have left your camera off, Kevin, dude. Oh,
Oh
man.
yeah, I could have done that, right?
This is the third
Oh,
time.
Aw.
Uh,
Yeah, let him have his dignity. He's already been exposed.
just wait. Curtis has got to come up with something bigger than that. So there's only more to explore.
Wait.
I
You're
got,
next.
I got plenty bigger if that's what you're looking for, Bill.
Good stuff. All right. Well,
Wow.
almost
That
50
tape
minutes.
is paying off already, man. I haven't even watched the movie. Someone's entered already. I haven't even seen it yet. That's great. It's a great moment in the show.
It is. Good times. At the
Is it
45
vinyl
minute
time?
mark. Check that out. Do you think after 50 minutes we should show a record?
We should show a record.
Okay, we can do that. I guess it's up to me. And I'm still going through the Bob Dylan collection. We are getting into the 80s, I think. Finishing off the 70s, getting into the 80s.
Is it more gospel?
We're out of the gospel. 3 gospel albums. We showed them last week. Now we're moving on. I don't have every Bob Dylan album on vinyl. I just have what was my collection is like opportunity. If I see something super cheap, I get it. I have everything on CD, so the it wasn't necessary to find everything on vinyl. It's just opportunity. So some things are missing. Like we're going to show Bob's a live album, and he hadn't had too many live albums up to this point. He did one with the band, I think, which would have predated this. I think I don't have that on vinyl. I have it on CD. So I'm talking about Bob Dylan Real live. He is live, and there's Curtis's favorite harmonica. That one right there.
I can hear that picture.
What does that sound like?
You know what?
Annoying.
It's got some good tracks on here, but this is
It sounds like Kevin's forehead.
yeah, I don't recommend this one, man. I haven't listened to this in probably 15 years. It didn't turn me on then. I don't know what it was about it. It is produced by Glyn Johns. That's a big time producer. He's produced Rolling Stones. He's been an engineer forever. Engineered a ton of Stones music. Produced Stones. Produced the Who. Still producing nowadays. But I don't know what it is about this one. And Santana appears on this as well. Just didn't do it for me when I listened to it. Maybe I should give it another try. And that's the whole reason why we do this vinyl collection. There's the man from the back. He's working it. Let's see what's in here. We do have a sleeve for you new people here. The guys like to make fun that sometimes my records don't have sleeves.
Sometimes.
Get some more pictures here. Harmonica. Same chord. Playing the same chord there. And the personnel. Mick Taylor on guitar. Stellar guitarist right there. He's worked with Bowie. On the back. Looks like some kind of press conference. I'm sure he did not give very good straight up answers. Look at all the people on there. Tons of personnel on there. There's that Santana. Yeah, it's not been played very much on Columbia. Whoop. But maybe it's time to go back and listen to it. Like I said, when I was talking about those gospel albums, when I first, started following the Bob, I stayed away from the gospel until I finally gave it a chance. And now they rank right up there with me. Oh, what year was that? Sorry.
What year was it?
That was 1984. So we're well into the 80s now. Moving on into Empire Burlesque, which is 1985, 1 year later. I don't know about this cover. Does not do it for me.
Is that supposed to be his 80s look or what?
Yeah, he's
It's got the jacket.
Push those sleeves up.
Uh-huh. Wow.
I don't know.
Hair looks good.
He's wearing the same hat. We just saw him in that press conference. Some good tracks on here. Tight Connection to My Heart. When the Night Comes Falling, although I don't like this album version of it. I'll Remember You. Emotionally Yours. There's some good tracks on here. it has a very 80s sound, and we get into a bit digital drumish sound, doo, doo, doo. A lot of that going on. But as we've talked before, with Chris Roberts about the Bootleg Series Volume 1, 2, and 3, they're the outtakes from this album. Spectacular. So,
is there a keytar?
There probably is a keytar. I would think there's a keytar. And self-produced.
Who pioneered those drums? Like, who was the first to use that in the 80s, I wonder?
Should we go back in time and get him? You got some more Bob art there, and you got full lyrics on the inserts. Yeah.
Got a little bit of beard going there, a little stubble.
He knows what you're thinking. It's like, Curtis, the harmonica is the trademark of my sound. Give it a listen. There's more of that jacket. So yeah, I wonder, is this the first time he produced himself? Could be. The label's a bit different. Got Bob Dylan in a thick, bold typeface this time. Empire Burlesque on stereo.
Yeah.
So yeah, even though I said, what song was it? When the Night Comes Falling. Love that song. Love the outtake version. This version is kind of difficult for me, again, because that electronic drums, and it's sped up very 80s style. But I did have the opportunity to pick up this promo disc of that track that was sent out to, I don't know, radio stations or whoever gets these promo discs. And it was only $7. So I thought, yeah, what the heck? And it's When the Night Comes Falling. That's the edit version there. And same version on this side. Stereo. They're both stereo. This is exact same runtime. Yeah, so they just pumped out exact same track on both sides and sent that out. You got one big band right there. And a big old run out. In stereo. So, yeah, oddball stuff like that. Even though I might not be a huge fan of the track, I'll still pick it up because it's cool in my mind. And there's the for promotional use only. Sale is unlawful, but there's the proof. I did buy it, and that came from Zap Records.
Should link in the FBI.
Well, at Coburg, Ontario. I don't know if they. And we've talked
they
about
got jurisdiction. Yeah, I guess not.
talked
Do we have a Canadian FBI?
We have a secret service called CSIS,
Okay.
but we don't need like 5 different, secret services like some nations who are very, preoccupied with that stuff.
Hey,
Okay.
We're making jobs here, Bill.
One more. God, you got to have this one, right? Was this the first ever super group? The Traveling Wilburys?
Oh, nice. There you go.
Is that Roy Orbison?
You betcha.
No
you
shit.
goddamn betcha.
Is that?
You,
Oh, wait a
you
minute,
never
hold on.
listened to them?
No, I mean, if I had it, no, that's
You've heard them. You probably just didn't
yeah,
know
I
who it
had
was.
to. I just didn't know.
You
I have that album.
Oh, he
back.
lives.
Hey, there you go.
He hasn't passed out yet. Their big chart topper handle with care starts off side 1.
Is that Tom Petty in the middle?
Yeah.
No shit.
Why don't you go through it for Chris there? Tell him who's in the band.
Tell me the lineup. Is that Chris Christopherson? Who's that guy on the left?
Yes, it's Johnny Cash right there.
Oh shit.
Waylon Jennings.
Waylon Jennings. Okay.
And that's a young Cyndi Lauper right there.
That's
And
Rick Ocasek.
Oh, yeah, it kind of looks like it a little bit.
you got your George Harrison, Roy Orbison, Tom Petty, Jeff Lynne, and of course Bob. And I mean, there is it's a short documentary, about 15 minutes long, officially put out of how these guys were formed up. It's on YouTube now. They released it for free.
What's their big hit?
Handle with Care.
Okay.
End of the line. That was
End
pretty
of
cool.
the
How many albums did they do?
Dose.
That's crazy that all of them were together.
Well, there's one in the middle too, sort of, that was unofficial. Because their first album was Volume 1, their second album is Volume 3, and there is like a unofficial Volume 2.
Anyways, there is a really good documentary on YouTube where you can watch how they got together because it's a fun story, and hearing these guys all work together, seeing the stuff from the background is really good.
Now, when did the Highwaymen come out? Were they before Traveling Wilburys?
I would guess after.
You were putting a couple of those guys in there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did. Yeah,
You put
subconsciously.
old Waylon Jennings and the Traveling Wilburys.
I love the Highwaymen, man.
Yeah,
it's
I've
good.
heard them before. That's good.
So there's their shot there.
Wow.
Lots to look at in this sleeve. And it was complete collaboration between these guys. It wasn't one person taking over. It was nice collaboration.
Did each of them have a lead song, or were they sung lead?
Yeah, you could say that. But a bunch of the songs, like their bigger chart toppers, are where they all take turns with lyrics. But there's, of course, a Bob song, and there's a Tom song, and a Roy's Orbison song for sure.
So you would say they're like the Eagles then?
No.
Well, to be fair, the Eagles were more successful collectively.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. Maybe not
Well, money
individually,
wise,
but
yeah.
hits.
Let's not talk about the Eagles.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys want to talk about the Eagles?
Right.
This was a monumental thing that
No, that's
happened.
really cool.
Not
This is
as
super
monumental as the Eagles, though.
And do you think that was like a FU to the Beatles from old Harrison?
No, that was
No.
they just
Yeah.
got together. They
That was
just
long after.
No,
There's
I
a
know.
cool
Well,
story
just kind of saying like, yeah, I'll get in another band.
Was
too,
Wings or you
yeah?
know?
I think
I-
Wings was an FU to John.
I think the
so.
legend is that Jeff Lynne was producing some George Harrison album, and George Harrison was looking for a certain sound for a guitar, and Jeff Lynne says, "I know where to get that guitar. Let's go over to Tom Petty's house and borrow his Rickenbacker." So they went over there and they just started talking, and then Tom Petty ended up
screen
in there. And
It's
Yeah.
great. I love that little pulsating circle. That's awesome.
well, I didn't want to steal from
distract,
Bill's
yeah.
Bill's thunder, so I'm staying incognito until he's done.
Hey, Alexa, can you set an alarm for me?
Right.
Fuck you, Curtis.
Oh,
That's about
I
how
have
she
heard him
normally
press
records.
before. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's about right.
Another first.
That was my Layla impression.
Do it a little bit more British, and you got it.
Well, fuck off, Curtis.
Nailed it.
Yeah. I heard that in the Iron Man game I was playing the other day.
Heyo.
Yeah, no, Buried on Mars has a story. Perfect, from what I remember. Same thing. It's this comedy of events to get them all together, and they're, you get these heavyweights, you think it'd be all ego driven and a big mess, a pain in the ass, but everything just gelled.
Yeah.
So, and they happen to have time off together, which was another magnificent thing. So
Did they ever tour that or play live shows?
I am unaware of that.
Yeah, I
don't
never,
think
I
so.
never even thought about that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well,
you know
Roy
what?
Roy Orbison died like before the first album was released.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the video that they did for I can't remember. I think it was End of the Line. Yeah, it's just the camera would go to each of them every time it was their time to sing, and when it was Roy Orbison's time to sing, it was just an empty rocking chair.
Huh.
How did he die?
Death.
He was old. He was old, wasn't he?
He was in his 60s. He had some medical problems. I think he
some health
had.
issues, yeah.
I think he had diabetes, which complicates everything.
Mhm.
Well, they don't call it livabetes.
That Roy Orbison story is tragic. Just tragedy followed that guy. So
Well, he had problems with his eyes, and
his family lost his family. Like it is,
Right.
it is a
Did he-
tragic story, Roy
Did
Orbison.
he find him?
Okay, so that'll be it for my section of vinyl here, folks. And anyways, yes, Denise, I have seen the Traveling Wilburys video. I recommend everyone check it. It's only about 15 minutes long, and it's from it's official, and it's on YouTube. They put it out for free this year. Check that out. It came with the official box set Traveling Wilburys, and then they put it out on YouTube because they were, they just wanted to help out the fans. Anyways, I will pass it on over to Curtis. Take it.
Speaking
Take
of
it.
losing and finding stuff, if anybody's seen my virginity, I'd like it back. I just want a little sound clip of Kevin's sighs, his exasperated sighs. They're the best. The one before when he was like, ah. Solid gold, baby. All right, well, we're keeping with the theme tonight. We have finally got there.
nice,
Huey Lewis and the News.
good album.
Very good album. This is their second album, I believe.
Yes.
I've actually never heard their their first album.
Yeah, even Huey doesn't like their first album.
Yeah. This has got some good ones on there. I would encourage you to go and watch the music video for Do You Believe in Love?
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Man, that was back when they were still kind of figuring out what music videos was, and it is just a treat. Actually, speaking of, so, I've been listening to Huey Lewis, the Weather album, and it really got me wanting to watch some Huey Lewis concerts. And so I found a Huey Lewis concert that I've been watching. It was really fun from '89, kind of when they're like at their peak. I'm going to throw it in the chat right now if you go on and go watch it, guys. And then the big one, sports. This is actually, fun fact, this is the first album I ever bought by myself.
Nice.
It's this one, sports.
Nice. My mom bought that for me.
I was gifted some vinyl from my friend, and I was like, "You bastard! I don't even have a record player." And that was what started it all. But when it came time to buy my first album, Jesus, this is all messed up. It was this one. I wanted to go with sports.
You ever think when watching Die Hard that the actor who is at the front desk at the Nakatomi Plaza, who's one of the...
Looks like
every
Huey
time I
Lewis.
watch that, I was like, is that Huey Lewis? Every time I watch it, it's like Huey Lewis.
He does.
And I last time I watched it, I watched it on Christmas Eve, and I thought the same thing. I was like, hey, Krista, why don't you Google it? She started to type in, is Huey Lewis? And then it auto, it finished it to in Die Hard. It's
Well,
not
here's a good look. That's him, right?
Yeah. So you don't look at the camera.
Right.
Do not look at it.
This is,
Usually
do you like
guy look.
Do you like Huey Lewis and the News? What's that? It's a famous line from American Psycho, right?
Right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This is good. Got all the lyrics. This is a really good album too.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Great follow up to sports.
Was sports on Chrysalis Records too?
Yep.
I think so, yeah. And that is actually, the extent of my Huey Lewis and the News collection. I'd like to get. I kind of want to get it all now, because now after listening to that Weather album, I'm like, oh man, got all sad for Huey Lewis.
You got all the really good ones. Picture This is okay.
Yeah. I've never listened to Small World. Is that the one that?
Yeah, Small World. Small World. It's okay. I have it on CD. Yeah. It's all right. And then they did like a big band thing in the 90s. And I think that was it. I don't think they had anything else. I'm trying not to steal a thunder here. I'm trying to stay incognito.
I got one more L. Because we are barreling through now. I'm flying through my albums. I got to slow down. But this is my last L. It's one of my favorite albums. And it's also one of my favorite movies. It cracks my top 10. And I can say that very confidently. It has always been in my top 10. It's my favorite musical. Can anyone name it?
Musical? Blues Brothers.
Lady and the Tramp.
License Driver.
Grease. Sound of Music.
Of course.
Make me a dance.
Feed me, Seymour.
So that's an original?
So this was actually, I don't know if this actually ever came out on vinyl, but this came out just a few years ago. They finally put out the motion picture soundtrack. To my knowledge, I don't know if it ever existed before that. But it probably did. But when it finally came out, I don't know if there was rights or something. I don't know. But when it finally came out, I was like, went and got it right away.
Yeah. I should have that.
Yes. Have that. Very good. Very good. sing along with it. Obviously, I sing Audrey's parts, and she sings Seymour.
Suddenly Seymour. I want to hear you sing that.
Let's see.
Felt it.
Lift up your head, wash off that mascara. Here, take a Kleenex, wipe that lipstick away. Show me your face, clean as the morning. I know things were bad, but now they're okay. Suddenly Seymour standing beside you.
We just
Subscribe.
we got our theme song now.
That's it. That's where I'm gonna stop.
Good job, Curtis. Nice.
Yeah.
Got a good voice.
Show your representation contact information.
Oh yeah, I'll put it in the chat. There you go. Those are my L's.
We do have a quick fun fact from Denise. She wants Kevin to read that.
Out loud?
Yeah.
No, I my head hurts too much. I can't read.
He was an albino.
Mm-hmm.
Mentioned that he was did he become an albino, or was he always an albino?
I'd heard that too.
That he became an albino?
Yeah, there's a life change.
Michael Jackson did it.
Okay. Can't get that taken away. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Fun fact I forgot to mention, just to throw back to these for a minute. The Heartbreakers were part of the personnel in there. If you guys are interested. You got some
Nice.
Mike Campbell and Ben Montench and Epstein. What's his name?
But Epstein?
Buddy Epstein? No, Howie Epstein.
Howie Epstein, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Tragic.
No
Another
Tom?
tragic figure. There's differing accounts on it. Some say he was on there, but on the album cover, it has no mention of Tom, just the Mike Campbell and company. Sorry, don't mean to eat into Matt Bandy's time.
No, that's fine. You done, Curtis?
Sorry, can you hear? I'll mute myself.
No, you're fine. Oh no, I just saying I didn't know if you were finished or not. So, I got a couple records in the mail last week. I put an order in through Shadow Kingdom Records, and surprisingly, I ordered on Wednesday by Media Mail, and by Saturday they were at my house. What blew my mind. I did not expect that.
Wow.
Usually Media Mail can take a while. I was shocked when they showed up. But I got 3 different records here. Let's go with this guy first. I believe this is pronounced. This is a French band. It looks like it's Necropoly, but I don't know. Any
What?
any idea
What is
there?
going on?
You need a post-it note.
No,
I'll lend you
it's,
some post-it notes.
He's there's a but. I mean, geez, guys, what do you approve?
What's he doing with his front?
No, he's fighting. He's fighting the demon off.
Oh, he's fighting that demon.
Fighting him with what?
He's banishing the demon.
He's
using
his sword.
His light to
I don't
banish
know.
the
It
darkness.
doesn't look like that demon's giving him consent.
Well.
That light is fat like a Coke can.
So this is okay. Dang, a lot of these French. I'm bad with the solitaire. So that's, I'm guessing, on the pronunciation of that. But yeah, this is a French band. This is black metal, atmospheric black metal, put out on Northern Heritage, which is a record label that I'm kind of just starting to get into their catalog. The record was it's just on black vinyl. But so you got a lyric sheet here, which is all in French, right?
Oui.
But what's cool about this is they included this here, which is an English translation of all the lyrics.
Oh, that's
Which
sweet.
I thought that's awesome. Like not a lot of bands will do that, if they put it in their native language, which I listen to a lot of bands where they, they're not singing in English. But that made me think that, maybe the lyrics, that's an important part of, this band. And I've only listened to a snippet of it. I haven't had a chance to listen to these records in their entire yet, since I, only got them recently. But just reading the lyrics of this, it's very highbrow, and you almost need a maybe an English lit major to comprehend a lot of this. It's pretty heavy stuff. So yeah, it's cool that they put this in there. That's a first. So I believe their stuff is on Bandcamp if you want to check it out. I think it's a 2-person band, I believe. But yeah, a lot of cool French bands right now putting music out, and actually have another French band here. And Saint-Ofer, I think, is the name of this band here. This is another band that I've just started to listen to. This is their name of this record is La Larva something. La Larva Exolute. So this is a collection. This is another French black metal band. This is a collection of their first 2 demos, I believe. So side 1 and side 2 are side 1's demo 1, and side 2 is their second demo that they released. This was put out by Nuclear War Now, which is another cool label out of Oakland, California. They do mostly black metal, extreme metal stuff.
I think you showed some of their stuff last week.
I have before, yeah. I believe this is just on, this is on black metal. But yeah, this is another atmospheric black metal. We got some ephemera here because this comes in with all of releases by Nuclear War Now, just kind of a little catalog. And I think I don't know if they're partnering with Iron Bonehead, but you get some of their catalog there too. And you have a lyric sheet here. This is all in French as well. This is not translated into English.
I would love to hear you read some of the French.
No way, Jose. So here you got the guys in the band here. You got Fog. I believe this maybe is Fog right here. He's on the instruments. And on the VOIX, the Voy, Vu. Is Cogscott. Cogscott? I don't know.
What?
I don't know. It's KHAGSGOTT.
There might be a number in
You got.
I don't know.
What
How do you
is that?
pronounce 3?
How do you
You
put
got
that
it.
on a business card?
You got a 2-man black metal outfit here, which is kind of uncommon, but yeah. This is another band I just discovered like a week or so ago, and like, that sounds cool, so I picked up their record. Let's see. We got a little sticker here on the cover here.
You gotta keep that.
Well, it's it's on there, so it's not good. I don't have to cut it off.
What was the name of that record again?
La Larva.
The chat needs to know: is it la or le?
It's L-A.
L-A.
La.
So the feminine. Okay.
La Larva. Exulté.
Okay.
Okay. That means something the larva
The feminine. It's feminine.
Yeah, it's a female larva. This is where it all began for the French duo Saint-Fe. Yep. This is, I'm pulling a Kevin here. This is real small writing, and I'm having trouble reading it.
Yeah.
It says a vinyl version of their very first effort, La Larva. 4 tracks of black metal, splendor, and misery. There you go.
Wow.
There you go. And the other record that came in the mail through my order from Shadow Kingdom is a band. There's another one I just started listening to recently. This band has been around for a while. They are a Finnish black metal band called Baptism. And the name of this record is Grim Art of Melancholy. So these have been out of print for a while, but just got a re-release through Northern Heritage Records. And so this is a one-man Finnish project. So it's a double discer. These are both on black vinyl. And we got the back here. He looks a little upset. I don't know if he's running out of candles, but there you go. You got the lyrics on the inside, and yeah, he's upset about those candles. Damn it, I'm out of matches.
You did not want to put them there. Who moved my candle?
Yep. Let's see. I'm trying to think of this. Okay. So this is Commander Lord Sarcophagon is the artist.
Commander Anna. Jeez.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Commander Lord Sarcophagon. Yeah. So this is cool stuff, though. This is on Bandcamp. This is on YouTube if you want to give it a listen if you haven't heard it. Yeah, there's a lot of good Finnish black metal, and yeah, happy to discover this. So,
Can you slow dance to it?
If you want to, sure.
Oh.
I'll slow dance with you to anything, Chris.
Right on.
I think you should write the guy and just let him know. I think the proper way to do those titles is Lord Commander. You have the highest title first, so it'd be Lord Commander, then the name. I think he would appreciate that probably. If you...
I'm sure he would.
Yeah. Wow.
There we go. So those
another
are
fun fact from Denise about Saint Peter. He was crucified upside down because he was not worthy to be crucified like the big Jay-Z.
Wow.
I didn't know that. I went to Catholic school.
I don't think
Kevin,
he
running
went
back.
to school.
Cool.
So those are my my recent pickups there.
Nice. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Le Larvie.
Le Larve.
Yeah. Oh, Susie did ask because that sticker mentioned that is it like Dio? The sticker mentioned Dio. So is it got Dio?
I heard Dio as well.
Yeah.
Not like
you said it in the
at
sticker.
all. I'm sorry, duo.
Oh.
He was talking his French. It was Bandy French.
Still in my French accent. I'm sorry, guys. Gee whiz. I apologize for the confusion. If you're expecting Dio on that record, it is not going to be like Dio. Dio rules, though.
All right. Good to know. Okay. I don't know how we're going to do the next segment here. Throwing over to Kevin.
I don't need a camera to show these, do
You
I?
could describe it.
So this is Motorhead's first album.
Oh, hold on. I gotta. There you go.
Okay, so
You got the colors right. You got the black and white there.
that's right. Okay, so I went upstairs.
Here's your thumbnail, folks.
And I tried to warn Sarah, and she started putting her coat on to go to the hospital.
Oh, man.
No, it's not bleeding. It's okay.
At least you're covered. You're in Canada.
That's true. I still don't want to go to the COVID hospital.
Right.
It's
enough.
okay. It's not that bad. It's just there. Just see, you can't
You
even.
got a bandage on it already.
Oh, man.
So it got the coolness on
Kevin,
there.
you know how much you idolize Les Nessman. Like,
Yeah, that's true. I do. I would like some walls in here for sure. Okay, so I believe I showed this already, but I don't know if I show it again.
I don't think so.
I think I did. You guys will know. So this was a record store day pickup. I'm going to be going through all my Motorhead stuff, and I got a lot, so we probably won't get through it all today. But this was a record store day pickup from 2019.
I don't think you showed that. I would have remembered that.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't know.
So yeah, I bought these, and they're picture discs, and I can't even bring myself to play them because they look so nice. They're just too. Here's the bomber. There's 45s over the top on the other side.
I say play them.
No, I already have the songs already. I don't need these to listen to these. They're just too nice. And you know what? Like picture discs really don't sound as good as plain old vinyl anyways, because they put an extra layer in there, right? So there's the Overkill cover, which we'll be looking at. There's the guys. Too late, too late. So these were the two singles that Lars from Metallica picked up, and these were heavily influenced Metallica. So this is their first album, just called Motorhead, with the War Pig on it. Or Snaggletooth, some people call him Snaggletooth. Very first, this is a reissue, of course. Get your dudes on there. I know you guys are all fans.
I like
Look at this.
Motorhead.
Got some white vinyl.
Okay.
And for some reason, it's got a big smudge.
oh,
On both sides.
The smudge or is it like a
I don't know.
transition?
I don't know, but it's just like one. So I'm hoping it's a manufactured defect. So maybe it'll be super
get some-
expensive.
Some black vinyl in there.
Just
Sometimes
a-
when they
just-
like
yeah,
when they transition the pressing, sometimes there's what they call a transition press, where it's you get some of the other color from the other vinyl in the mixed in with it.
so this one is this is a live album that came out very early, and it's called Recorded Live 1978, or some people call it What Words Worth. I don't know why it's called that. But Lemmy, who's the leader of Motorhead, always downplayed this album. He said he claimed to have never liked it, and I think it was just because he didn't like the record deal that he signed for it. But this was a nice reissue with the orange, and it's a solid album. It sounds good to me. I think he just didn't like that record deal, but it's good early. They pretty much just play the entire first album live, and I can't get it back in the sleeve now. Bear with me, I have a concussion.
Oh, what did you hit your head on?
So
deep shelves.
my DVDs are around the corner there, and I got the DVD that I needed, and I came up and I hit it right on the edge of the mantle.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Yep.
Dang, we could have seen that. That would have been on camera too if it wasn't on Chris.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Yeah, how did I
you gotta
miss that? I saw
you
him
gotta-
get up and leave.
you got to blame the director and switcher for that. So this is Motorhead Overkill. It says $25 on there, but I did not spend $25 on it. I got these a bunch of these in Quebec, in Montreal, a couple of years ago, and the guy gave me a smoking deal on it all. I had like almost $500 worth of stuff, and he just sold it all to me for $200. I was like, okay.
200 and get out.
Like he was like adding it up, and I'm looking at Sarah, and Sarah's like, well, we only come here once in a while. I'm like, okay, yeah. And he was like, $200. I'm like, okay.
Did you say, hey, can I go back and get more? Sarah?
We were in that store for a long time, and I grabbed everything we wanted. So this is our second album, Bomber, or third, I guess. If you're counting the first one. Some people don't count the first one. It's complicated.
Lemmy was looking pretty healthy there.
Yeah, he was still, holding it together. There's the tip of the bomb. That's Bill's favorite part right there.
Tip.
He likes that tip.
Just that.
Yeah, well, there's only so much you can take, And these are 180 gram of vinyl. And some of these I did grab on Amazon. This is the No Sleep to Hammersmith. This is the big live album. Now this one Lemmy liked. This was Lemmy approved. I think he signed a better deal. And this was like their big breakout album. Some nice photos. Yeah, it's 180 gram again. These are nice, heavy, sturdy albums. Many years of collecting to get all these.
Denise had a question for you, Kevin. What does it mean, 180 gram?
So 180. So I can't remember what the regular weight is, but 180 grams I think is double the weight of a vinyl record. I think. And basically, it's just more heavy, less susceptible to breaking, and outer vibration when you're playing it. So, if somebody walks by your record player, it's not supposed to pick up as much vibrations because the record's sitting on the spindle better. And this is Iron Fist.
I bet you have less of a chance of getting a warped record if it's the 180 pressings too.
Yeah. Did I not say that? Yeah.
Oh, did you?
I don't know.
You might have a concussion, so
I might. So there's that should be the real album cover right there, don't you think?
Oh, that is really cool.
Oh,
That would have sold.
Looks like Mad Max stuff right there.
I was gonna, Matt Bandy would have bought that.
Oh, I
This-
would have bought
this-
that without even hearing it.
This he wouldn't have bought, but if he saw this on Bandcamp, he would buy
Oh
it.
yeah, instant buy.
Right. So, yeah, if you're pretty much guaranteed a better quality vinyl if it's 180. It doesn't improve the sound that much. Like some people are like adamant that 180 grams sound better than regular records. I don't find that's the case at all. They're just better, like more sturdy. They're going to last you a longer time. And one more I'll show this round. This is Another Perfect Day. This is the first album with a different guitarist than the classic lineup. The guitarist from the classic lineup left. So it was, his name was Robo Robertson. And he was actually a better guitarist, technically, than their first guitarist. But he didn't really fit in with the look. He would wear ballerina slippers on the stage. And, the biker dudes that is your usual Motorhead fan did not like that. They did not approve. So he only lasted one album, but this is one of those albums that wasn't really appreciated at the time. But now it's kind of considered one of their best. There you go. That round is done.
Very good. Thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome.
So that's it for Motorhead. That's all Motorhead.
Oh no, I got a heck of a lot more, but
Ooh.
I don't want the show to be here. Be 3 hours long.
Well, I think Chris Roberts actually has records this week.
I do. I actually have two.
Hey.
And I did go back and look, and it's around the 48-minute mark. If anybody wants to go back and see Kevin when he got that injury, for the audience who might be tuning in now. So I found out
you don't see me actually get it.
You don't see it, but you see the wound.
Yes,
and that was something to see. So, like I mentioned, I went to thrift store, so I decided to go out of town to another thrift store because I'd been there in a while, and they had a ton of records for $3 a piece. Problem was a lot of them were warped and stuff, so I had to really go through. But I was surprised, like they had Beatles and everything, but of course they were jacked up. Maybe that's why they were $3 a piece. But and I actually think I already had this one, but I wasn't sure, so I figured for $3 I might as well get it again. Got me a little Bill Joel here.
Yeah.
That's a
Best
good
one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have it, but this might be an upgrade. And I don't know, for $3, I just wanted to contribute to the store, if nothing else. Look at this. I mean, did he get to sleep any? Like, what was going on there? Like, I mean, it's like Sylvester Stallone.
That's the most awake he ever looks.
I mean, dude, like that, he doesn't look good. And I don't know who the rest of these Goombas are, but I'm assuming they're his family. Or maybe they're the people in the band. I don't know. But there you go. And then the other, I only got 2 albums because I really only found 2 that I want. I mean, there was other ones I wanted, but I didn't want to deal with the warpness. Some of them had mold on the covers and everything. But got me a little Hall & Oates H2O.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming, I don't know if this is Hall or Oates. But it's one of their skins because when you look on the back, like
the skin is from one. The skin is from one. The sweat's from the other.
Yeah, I think this might be oat skin and Hall's sweat. I don't know. But
that's Gary Delabate on the back cover.
Yeah, it's a young Gary. But get a little good one. I mean, it's like Oates is trolling people. Like, I mean, come on. Like, he's got boots on and the white beater, the big stash.
Yeah, that's a cover Joe would do.
I mean, what's going on there? But it's a good little album, man. It's got some good songs on it. Can't wait to listen to it all. I didn't really look at this one. Let's see. This one has a little original dill too. Yeah, the album looks fine. It's just black. Now it's got my fingerprints on it. But yeah, there he is again. I mean, it wasn't just the one. His eyes were shot, man. I don't know what was going on. And I guess he was a boxer too. I don't know. He's pretending to be one. Say, do you think he was playing off the Rocky thing there, the Stallone? Because I mean, why does he have boxing gloves? Is there a song on here? Is he a boxer or what? I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but whatever. And the last thing I want to show is our good friend Duke. He knew I needed this, and he was supposed to buy it and let me pay him because he said it was at a local store. And I said, if you can cover it, I'll send you the money. He goes, oh yeah, I'll go next week. Yeah, he goes the next day, buys it, and then just sends it to me. And literally, his message was, "This is not literally. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but essentially it was." This is a late Christmas present, and I don't want to hear any more about it. And I'm just like, oh, okay, thanks. But so I was looking through it, and look at this. I have some kid's little homemade map. I love finding
shit that's
like
great.
This.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yes.
I love this stuff, man. Shit, the light's fucking it up here. Here we go. But yeah, you can see. I guess he was.
He did the font up top, all nice.
Yeah, and I guess he was looking. He was trying to. There must be various patterns to the treasures you get in the different rooms, but.
Oh yeah, and there's like 2 of them in each room. Like if you shoot one, like it'll be you can't get the other ones.
Right. You're right, and he has the code. He has the pattern. It shows the patterns there. And it's funny because he misspelled success, and then he got a little white out, and he fixed it.
Nice.
And you can see through the back. I think you can actually. I don't know if he put too many S's or what was going on there, but
That's a tough one.
yeah, he put SES and it's ESS. So his mother or somebody must have saw that and made him fix it. So he didn't want his map to be spelled incorrectly. But I love stuff like this. I also found one years ago in a Mike Tyson's Punch Out. This kid's all his handwritten codes and that's just really cool. I mean, it's just a different time. We don't have to do that no more. We just look it up on the internet or take pictures of the screen with our phones. And
my copy of 1943, the manual, has the kids like all the levels. Oh, Kevin.
What? I'm listening.
I just feel bad.
I do too, man.
Your head on your eyes.
I'm fine.
Your wife's up there pacing.
Anyway, it's the next Motorhead album.
Right. She's like, I told you to quit doing this shit. She knew it was gonna turn out bad.
If only Kevin came back to camera though, this time with an even bigger bandage.
A wrap.
I could use a turban. Yeah.
Right.
God damn it.
That's all I got.
Okay. Well, hey, I guess it's back to me, and this is pretty crazy. What's going to come up next? You know, I've always told you guys as we're going through this Bob Dylan stuff, how the guy's almost like a prophet. He like predicts stuff in his lyrics, which come true maybe decades later or maybe the next month later. It's just weird how he can just prophesize so many things. And this next album, it's crazy how this happens this way. But
Occupy Wall Street too?
Because it's Bob, and the Bob folks that are watching probably know what's coming up. The name of this next album, Knocked Out Loaded.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
Can you believe that? On this night,
Man,
I don't get it.
got this guy
I don't get it.
in this record,
Wow.
Knocked Out Loaded. So we got an original pressing. I know it's original because look at that sticker. The new Bob Dylan album, Knocked Out Loaded. We're still in the 80s. We're into 86. We're still doing a record a year here in the 80s. And you could have got this one for only $9.97. That's even cheaper than $9.99.
Such a weird price.
if that doesn't make you a believer, nothing will.
That's right. A&A Records and Tapes.
Were you there on opening day there, Bill?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we still got the original cellophane on there, which is neat. Again, this is like middle of the road Bob stuff from the 80s. It's nothing. I mean, there's some great tracks on here again, but I don't know if these album cuts of it stand up too much to the outtakes again. I don't know. Or the live versions. Drifting Too Far from the Shore. There's a huge track on here, Brownsville Girl, which when he plays that in Brownsville, the crowd goes crazy. Let's see what's inside here. Who produced this one? I don't remember who's producer on this one. If anyone knows, let me know. Look at that. Look at that dude. Guns out. Yeah, that's serious stuff. I think he's got if you saw his other ear, there might be a dangling earring on there. He's full in on it. And who's our personnel in here?
Sam Shepard.
Oh, right. Brownsville Girl is co-written by Sam Shepard, I think. Is that what it
Wait.
says?
The movie guy? The actor?
I would guess so. They have a history together.
Really?
Yeah, he was with them for the Rolling Thunder tour as they were trying to put a movie together. And there's Bob and Tom Petty together.
Wow.
So there's they got the Tom Petty folks in here for this one. Lots of personnel on here. Oof. So yeah, there's the other side. Special thanks to, look at all those people. It's like a Patreon thing here. Easy access sleeve. Look at that. Multiple ways to get at it. There you go. Looks good. You got nice thick font on there again. Bold. Bob and bold. Mm-hmm. Look who's in the thanks here. You got even Jack Nicholson gets a thank you in there.
Oh, yeah. Marty Feldman.
Lou Reed.
Tommy. And Danny. They got a shout out. Stevie Wonder.
Randy Newman. Like, what'd they do? Just put everyone? Everyone in the biz?
Looks like it.
Oh,
Some
Miami Steve.
reggae queen.
Jesus Christ. It says Curtiss right here. Where are we going next? Oh, mercy. What year are we going? 89. I think we're jumping a bit here with Oh Mercy. Isn't Oh Mercy Daniel Langlois produced this one? Yep. Canadian boy. It's their first of their collaborations. And this takes a total different sound. We get more moody and deeper. I don't know how else to describe it. There's Bob in another hat. Wet Bob. It's more pastoral.
Ooh.
Yeah. Another sleeve. So that's 100% on the sleeves today, if those people keeping score. Crazy artwork there. Look at that artwork.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
Took days to make that.
Living in a political world. To kick it off. Ring them bells. Man in long black coat. Most of the time. Shooting Star. You heard them in the High Fidelity movie. If that's familiar to you. These tracks by name. Great album. I recommend this one for sure. Susie says this was not well received, or the last album? Can't find the opening. Oh wow. Now we're really skipping ahead, or is my records out of order? Yeah, guys, we're really skipping ahead here. I guess I stopped buying. This is 89, so now we're going to skip ahead to like modern records. Together Through Life. This is, what is this? What year is this? I don't know, but I'm impressed with the deal I got. It was 30.
Wow.
How about half that, guys?
That's nice.
Or is there shenanigans involved?
Maybe you paid both.
That's probably it. I'm pretty honest that way. I love this because also includes the CD. Why is
The CD was $15.99 and the vinyl was $29.99.
No code in there. Here's the back. Some great songs on here, which he toured You got to hear a lot of these live in the 2000s.
It was nice when that was the trend for a while, where they would include the CD in with the vinyl.
Jolene. Is that like a cover of Dolly?
I don't think so. I don't really remember, to be honest with you, but I don't think so.
I don't know many songs named Jolene. That's why.
Oh, Bob does his own thing.
Bob doesn't do
covers.
Does he do covers?
Sure.
I think Susie said he doesn't.
He covered the Byrds. And
I mean,
Jimi Hendrix.
2009 here, I think, guys. I'm having to do Kevin here, Kevin Eyes. But this is tough. It's really in there.
Kevin Eyes and Bill Condish.
2009. So we jumped. Let's see, what was the last album? 89, was it? 89, 99, 2009. Is that how that works? There's one disc, and here's the other disc. Get a nice picture of him. He's not giving a lot of pictures in the 2000s, so you see a lot of the same pictures over and over again. And for a guy who's putting out his bootleg music on his YouTube channel, finding pictures of him for the artwork is getting tough.
Yeah, Jolene is not a cover of Jolene. It's like a bluesy song.
You already heard it?
I just listened to it right now. Wow. Yeah.
Look at this guy. Now, where the heck's the CD? If the CD was included, must have went right in the car or something. Because there's no CD here and no download code. Okay. So yeah, so now we're breaking into the Bob modern era into the 2000s. So we'll have that to look forward to next week when we come back with more vinyl show. And I will stop myself right there. So I don't want to get too far ahead. Don't want too many things going on. Susie says it was 86 and I jumped to 2009. Wow. It's almost like I forgot to grab some records. Anyways, with that, Curtis, you got anything left for us today?
I can show some stuff.
Okay,
I'll try and give everyone a shake. Getting into the M's now. The only M's you really need to have when it comes to a vinyl collection. And that's the Cougar.
Oh, nice.
John Cougar Mellencamp. Scarecrow. You know what I love about this album? I love albums that do this. It's got the lyrics right on the back.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just pick that up and bam, while you're listening to it. Hey, look, he does the same art as Bob Dylan.
Get out.
Yeah. There is nothing more sad or glorious than generations changing hands. Oh, this album is dedicated to Spec Mellencamp, 1903 to 83. Spec, yeah. That's a cool looking. Look at that.
That is, yeah.
Yeah. It's got some good ones on here. I think this is probably his most famous album. I don't know. I like Mellencamp. I'm not a huge Mellencamp like aficionado, but what's this got on it? This has Small Town, ROCK in the USA. Some good stuff. But if you're going to have Scarecrow, oh yeah, you were talking about how Bob Dylan is a little prophetic in his predicting the future. I think John Cougar Mellencamp is equally as prophetic because look at this. Oh wait, no, never mind. I screwed up. Can we cut out this joke?
Okay, yeah, done. Boop, beep, boop.
Pause for it.
That, yeah, that's some. Those hips are.
That's an album cover right there. I think this is my favorite Mellencamp album now. Look at that. Look at how that
Pink Houses, Authority song. Yeah, that was amazing.
Dude, that side one is killer, man. Just right out the gate. I'd love to see Mellencamp.
You fight authority. Authority always wins, right?
Yep. I fight authority. Authority always wins. Mellencamp. Oh my gosh. All right. I got one more M for you. And this one, Kevin spoiled a couple weeks ago.
I did.
Yeah, certainly did, because it's a great album.
Oh yeah, that's worth
Business
spoiling.
as usual.
That's right.
Well, men at work. See if I have any extra ephemera. Kevin didn't have. Nope. Yeah, we talked about this a few weeks ago, so go back and listen to that one. But great album.
Good times.
Good times. Great oldies. Mix 105. All right. Moving on. That's all I got.
Wow. Lightning round. I want some more French records from Matt Bandy.
This week, possibly next time you'll have 3 French Canadian records.
Ooh.
Little teaser. But I'll show 2 quick records here. I picked these up last weekend when I went to San Luis to pick up. I went to look for records, and I've been trying to fill out my Jethro Tull, finish out my Jethro Tull collection. I'm trying to get everything from the 60s up into pretty much the 80s. And so I picked up Benefit, which for a long time I thought this was their second album, but it's actually their third record. Stand Up is their second album. This is a pretty good record. I had this one on CD for I remember buying this when I was a teenager. But this has To Cry You a song. Is there a song for Teacher? That's another kind of well-known song off of this. But yeah, this is a good record here too. So Benefit. I believe that. So I think this is, and I come across this record a bunch, but it's always in terrible shape. So I think that's why I've never picked it up. But it's in good condition. There's plastic sleeve thing, but there's no insert in it. So I'm assuming that's probably missing an insert. But yeah, every time I come across this record, it's always trashed. So I was happy to find a clean copy. And then the other one I picked up was Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die. And I never knew that this was a gatefold.
Ooh, that's
cool. It has a comic strip in here, so pretty cool. Yeah. This is another one I don't come across too often. It's just on on black vinyl, and the lyrics are on the back. What was on this one? Well, Too Young or Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die. Yeah, I don't know this record too well, and I haven't had a chance to listen to this one yet. But that's the only track I know off of it for sure is Too Old to Rock and Roll and Too Young to Die. So I'm missing. I have left As Thick as a Brick. Oddly enough, I don't have that record. I had it a long time ago. I don't know what happened to it. That's another one I come across quite a bit, but it's always in not the greatest condition, or I always end up passing on it. So I need that record, and I need Minstrel in the Gallery, a Passion Play, which I'm not such a fan of that record, but I'll pick it up regardless, and that's it. Just those 3 records, and then I'll have my Toll collection rounded out to where I want it.
Nice.
Oh, and a Stormwatch. That's the last record they put. That was '79. They put that out, and that's another. I've never heard that one, but I see that one often, so I need to pick that one up too.
Are you getting these for deals, or you have to pay
this was $6.
Oh, Jesus, America!
Yeah,
this was like $7, I think. Yeah.
All right, Kevin, for the lightning round.
I got 3 here. I'll show.
MVP Kevin, by the way, just automatic.
Yeah.
MVP for today's episode.
So we're gonna wrap. Well, the next 2 are gonna wrap up the '80s for Motorhead. This is Orgasmatron, big choo-choo train.
But that came out in the 80s.
Yeah, this came out in '87. I'm gonna say maybe '86.
Never knew that. I always thought that was a later release.
Well, it's later-ish, you know.
So the one you showed earlier with the new guitars, what year was that from?
That was '83 or '84.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you not have Ace of Spades on vinyl?
I do, but it's warped
Okay,
to the point where it's unplayable. So it's wall art now.
gotcha.
So I was going to pick it up again, but then they announced that Ace of Spades special edition,
Oh, cool.
which I thought, okay, I'll get that. But then I saw the price. So now I'm just kind of waiting to see if it'll drop in price or whatever. They do have had a beer with Lemmy. Very good, Charlie. Your Neil Young looks a little drunk, but that's okay. Yeah. So I don't know. If it goes on sale, I'll get that. If not, then I'll just get the re-release of it. So this is Rock and Roll. I think this one came out in '87.
Thrillers and crime dramas and stuff.
Somebody's watching something else, which I don't blame them.
No, sorry. I
Good
just
guess.
picked up my phone and I didn't know it was going to go to that. My bad.
Hey, everybody on the back here looks cool. They got shades or a look, but I never know what's going on with this guy. He's got like mud on his face or something. I don't know what's going on there.
Hey, big glasses equals cool band. That's a rule.
So got all of our lyrics there, which you absolutely need with a Motorhead album. You need them lyrics. And a nice organized photo. Usually it's usually a collage, if you will. But this is 180 grams as well. Good times. And this album actually has a cameo by none other than Michael Palin.
What? Really?
Yep. At the beginning of side 2, he does a little intro about Motorhead wearing pants. It's good times. 92 Sabbath and Motorhead in a bar. I saw, this leads up to the next album. So this was my very first Motorhead album. This actually, it's not open.
Wow.
This is Sacrifice. So this is a copy of the first album that I bought. I've had it on CD for a year. And I saw them live. This was 1995. So I saw Black Sabbath and Motorhead open for them with that was at the Sudbury Arena. And the Black Sabbath was it was with Tony Martin, was their lead singer. Trying to find my knife here. Might as well give you an unboxing.
Oh, hit that subscribe.
Hey, careful with that knife, Kevin. Careful. We don't want any more cuts, bud.
Don't test fate, Kevin. You've already done it once.
It's okay. I didn't. For the record, I did not cut myself. I don't know. I did hit my head, but I did not cut myself. So let's see what's in here.
What would you say? What would you say is on your head?
Yeah.
A bandage. So looks like we just got some right up here. Lemmy would always like do a nice big paragraph in there for the fans. There was always little Easter eggs in there because there was no internet back then, so this was the way that he would communicate with his fans. He would just do commentary on different things.
Was there a Motorhead fan club back in the day?
There was, and you know what? I actually signed up for it. It was in England. And I said, hey, I'd like to join the fan club. So they sent me back a letter and they said, that's great. Here's all the money you need to send us in order to join. I'm like, oh, I didn't know this was going to cost money. But yeah,
What was the fan club called?
the Motorhead Fan Club, I think.
Yeah.
What I remember. But this was a very interesting cover. I would spend a lot of time looking at this cover because if you look inside that mouth,
That's road. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
gee, wow,
something else.
That
What?
looks
I see a tongue.
familiar.
I see a penis.
I just see a tongue and
Uh-huh.
some vocal cords. I don't know what you guys are
Yeah.
seeing.
Oh,
That's gnarly.
I don't know what you guys are seeing, but that's what I see.
Uh-huh.
There you go. But yeah, that takes me up to my very first Motorhead experience right there. And I got more for later. But that's it for now.
Oh, wow.
Is
Crazy.
that a little too much for you, Bill? You
I need a minute. It's going to the bank, though, for later. And again,
Well, which part?
how does Chris Roberts follow that up?
I don't. Vaginas and penises? How am I going to follow that up? I mean, with the Atari games, come on. Like, I think it's just cut the show off, wrap it up. We're at the 2
You
hour
would just have to stand up and pull your pants down, I think, is the only way. For the Patreons.
Right. Yeah. Put that on Patreon.
Denise missed that, by the way. She left. She's not happy.
did?
Yeah, she got out. I gotta go. Take care.
Oh, I missed that. Sorry, Denise. That's probably for the best.
Yeah,
Probably for the best.
I think she made a wise decision. That looks good.
Well, that's it, guys. Thanks, everyone. We've been at it for around 2 hours, so we try to cut it off there. Super happy to have all you guys in the chat join us for the show. It's been a fun one. You saw a great one this time. Let me tell you, there was lots of action in this episode. God damn it. Wow. I don't even know where to pick the highlights. There's so many highlights, but great to have you all here for this one. We do this. We try to do it every week. Will it be next week? Could be. Could even be next week again already. We'll have to see. We all base our schedule, our broadcast schedule, around Curtiss. So
Really?
we all have to get together afterwards, and we hover around Curtiss. That's why he's in the middle. We all just...
Grazie mille, mi amici.
So while you're here, I'll just tell you about these guys and where you can find them, because it's very important. You can follow them. You can tell that they were full of entertainment value. They're all on the Twitters. They're on the Instagrams, everything like that. Curtiss is what do you want to say for your Twitter? Do you want to go with your Curtiss one, or
At Curtiss Frisle. Here, I'll type it up really quick.
okay?
And keep talking.
And all these guys, I think maybe Chris Roberts isn't, but we're on Letterboxd. It's like an online database where you can keep track of what movies you've watched and throw reviews on there. And these guys are big time filmologists right here, so definitely check them out. Curtiss is on Letterboxd. There you find him on Twitter. Matt Bandy's on Letterboxd at X Matt Bandy X.
Correct.
That's his Twitter as well. You got to check him out. He's at war with a good buddy of ours, Duke Retro Nonsense, with Balloon Fight for the Nintendo. That's happening. Yeah, check that out. I don't even know where to start with Kevin, Buried on Mars. He's been
Everywhere
on the internet now today for 12 hours straight.
You just turn on the internet and there I am. You don't have to search. I'm there.
I'd almost
And
want
you can find him later at a local hospital.
The only place I'm not is TikTok. I'm letting the millennials have that for now.
I could almost
Yeah,
warn you
yeah,
not to
yeah.
click on one of his videos, because he has so many on so many different properties. It will just populate everything.
Yeah,
The whole-
like once I infest your algorithm, there's no getting rid of me.
Absolutely. But in the meantime, you go check him out. You can read his stuff without watching his stuff if you want. www.buriedonmars.com.
I don't think there's a www. It's just buriedonmars.com.
Maybe is that why it doesn't work at my work? Yeah. Anyways, that's where you find Kevin. And Chris Roberts is a superstar on Instagram. He is one of these huge divas where he just puts up a picture of like Donkey Kong or something, and like 3,000 likes just happen. He's just that compelling over there. Charismatic.
I know how to use an iPhone, Bill.
He knows how to play the game. So check out Chris Roberts, where you can find him. This is where you get him. Find all of his stuff right there.
There you go.
Chris Roberts. And of course, this channel is Start to Continue. Hit the subscribe. Appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter at STCPod. And on Letterboxd, I think I'm not that. I think I'm Bill Coprod. Check that out. And thanks everyone for joining us. Really appreciate it. We'll see you later. There's going to be a podcast later this week on this channel. I have a box unboxing coming up, a mystery box. Another mystery box will be unboxed on this channel. That's coming up. And I have a couple more ideas, more interesting stuff, some live music coming. So stay tuned. Glad to see you. See you at the next Vinyl Collection. Thanks, guys. Appreciate all you guys. I will see you.